I can confirm their records later. I know that Terry's had one loss in round 2 to a Dorinthia, so he's at 2-1. Rocking the Fable Gaming HK playmat, of course. He's one of the 3 people in Hong Kong on that team. And his opponent, Cliff Wong, an excellent, excellent blitz player. I have played against him many, many, many times in Hong Kong. Rocking the Oldhim. Without any equipment, which is a little surprising.
Oh.
Well, if you can dominate a red glacial foot, is that red? Maybe that's not red. I don't know, but turn 1 dominated glacial footsteps. That is definitely where you want to be. As for Terry, looks like he got some suede hides, a deep blue, and a Cracker Jacks. Not bad. He's gonna use his sigil, and looks like that was a blue. Oh, we're not sure. Let's see. 5, 4. So 6 damage means that was a. I'm not exactly sure about the color. We really can't tell. Sorry about that, guys. But it could be several combinations of it, right? All right. So that's a pretty good way to start things off as Oldhim. That's part of the risk you take letting Oldhim go first.
I think the worst part about that play is he didn't even have to sacrifice an arsenal. He still gets the winner's bite and an arsenal and ready to go next turn. So even if he did start out with a fatigue strategy, I think it would not be the worst thing to pivot into a more aggressive strategy and start demanding those blocks.
I believe that's a rites of replenishment, and he's not going to fuse this. So this is just coming across for 5, and he's going to put something into arsenal most likely. Yeah, I've still not gotten confirmation on Cliff's record, but we'll just set him at 3-0 because I think Cliff is totally capable of being 3-0 right now. All right, so he blocked out 2 damage there. Guess he didn't need that aura. Didn't want that. Oh, Terry's running a cracked bubble. Ooh, I guess his draft did not go particularly well. We have a fused attack coming across. Can't quite tell what that is.
It looks like Entwine Ice, so that means it would have Dominate.
Oh, yeah, I can see it a little bit, yeah. These first 2 turns have been pretty brutal.
Yep, the 1-card block, and then now he has the Shock Striders to turn on the Veil of Flash for the fuse. Although he doesn't have the cards to really take advantage of it, unfortunately.
So we have an Inspire Lightning in hand for Terry. That is basically impossible to play here, given that he only has.
Be playing the Veil of Flash arsenal. Yep. Actually, I think I favor the just playing the Shock Striders from hand. I think Veil of Flash overall just a stronger card. A lot of things you can do with it.
Right. Terry's currently in a life deficit, but he does have the Sutcliffe's boots, which generally can represent generally represents 4 damage, but we'll see how if he's able to capitalize it. I'm a little surprised that Cliff has no equipment, and I'm kind of surprised Terry has a bauble as well. Looks like Terry's just tanking on this decision. Guess he has several lines of play here. Looks like he's going to pitch the Inspire Lightning. Maybe save that for the second cycle of the deck.
Interesting on why he favored the Veil of Flash over the Shark Strider.
Mm-hmm. That is a bit of a curious play. The Veil of Flash, maybe he doesn't have any good targets to combine with it. I mean, if you didn't draft an Electrify or something of that sort, like yeah, it can be tough. Is that another bauble?
Well, I just saw
a second bauble.
Terry's got 2 baubles.
All right. I guess there were a lot of Briar drafters at that table. And Cliff has a bauble too. Oh, man. Okay. I guess they were at a really crazy table. So is that's an invigorate pitch along with the bauble to play Snow Under here? This limited is really tests our card art recognition skills. It's like all these snow things look the same.
Yeah, seeing Terry's hand, I really don't.
That's another Inspire Lightning seem like it as well.
Yeah, I think it'll be a full block.
Yep, that Inspire Lightning is likely to be used to block here. It looks like he has a Weave Earth and a Singeing Steel Blade as well. You generally don't want 2 Inspire Lightnings together on the bottom of the deck, so I'm almost certain he's going to block with this here. Yep, looks like he agrees with that play. I think he's still leaking a little bit of damage, maybe 2, right? Or 3? Okay, looks like that attack was for 6. All right, so Terry's dropping a little bit low here. He has a Weave Earth combined with a Singeing Steel Blade and a bauble to pay for them.
The blue?
Interesting. I guess you can send the bauble to the bottom. Turn it into a super bauble.
But I mean, you do that by pitching anyway, so I'm not tracking on.
Does he? I guess he desperately needs this the energy for this. Cracker Jack's coming in here with Weave Earth.
Well, the Weave Earth does
not
buff. That's not an elemental card. I don't think.
He's gonna pop his Sutcliffes here and then come in with the Rosetta Thorn almost certainly here. I think he's just trying to convert his equipment into damage here, basically.
Right. At least he'll get 2
I think I would have preferred to see him block with the Weave Earth and then save his equipment for a better hand. Pitching the bauble into Singeing Steel Blade would be fine. Looks like he's going to block here. And as we expected, Sutcliffe boots into a Rosetta Thorn for 2 and 2. Gonna get a little bit of damage in. Looks like Cliff is opting not to block the arcane. As for the physical damage, if he's taking it, I guess this is probably a 6 or 7 damage turn coming in here. I'm guessing this is a blue pitch into like an autumn touch or something. Either that or a hammer into an arsenal. Both seem fine. Looks like he's pitching and a burgeoning. I think that's burgeoning.
That's break ground.
That's break ground. That's should be 6 damage. Yep. So
6 yellow.
Yep. An electrify block. So he did have something to So he did have an electrify to combine with the Veloflash. All right, leaking in a little bit of damage. At least he's getting value. Oh, is that 2 more cracked baubles? Oh my goodness!
A whole hand of.
That okay. I am very curious what happened during this draft to end up like this. That there must be very, very stubborn Briar players and very, very stubborn Oldhim players. That's 5 baubles at least. That's pretty. That's a lot. I gotta talk with him after and see what happened during the draft.
Maybe he just walked in just saying, but if he forced to the point where you have that many baubles, I don't see how Oldhim would have a bauble either. So maybe they pivoted late. That's the only thing I can think
mean,
of.
Maybe the table was 4-3-1. I don't think I've ever heard of a table being 4-4-0. So I'm guessing that the table is 4-3-1. Looks like we have block with the
emerging avalanche.
Yeah, emerging avalanche. All the art looks the same, man, to me.
Yeah.
Glad I have you here. That's another pitch here to activate the Shock Strikers. Although I think he blocked it, so I guess he was just trying to get the baubles out of his hand.
Right.
So the second cycle of his deck is I'm very concerned about Terry's second cycle of his deck because that's one of the downsides of baubles. They don't go away. Like, I don't know if you've ever been caught with like a Heart of Fendel when your deck's getting really low, but I mean, they come back, and there's actually no way for you to get rid of cards that you cannot block with, or play. So I guess he's basically gonna have to. He's gonna have to string together a very, very big turn, and he only has 6 life to work with here. So this is gonna be a multi-step process. Still not completely dead here, but he's been leaking 2 or 3 damage the last 3 turns here. Looks like that turn he leaked 4 there, blocking 3 against 7 there. Another bauble.
I think yes, there's a Veloflash. Yep.
Fusing it with,
and then you play the flash sword swing. Yep. Unfortunately, if Terry didn't have to block, he could have done the same play, then played the flash into Arcanic Shockwave, and then sword swing. So unfortunately, due to him having to be forced to block due to life totals, it cost him 4 more damage.
Yep. That's why we always talk about how in draft or in limited in general, you have a limited amount of pivot turns because you just run out of life. And so we're seeing here, looks like he's going to get Cliff kind of low, but Cliff is just keeping his hand, so I'm guessing he has some type of deterministic win, maybe with a dominated attack, or... Yep, looks like he's taking the arcane, and as Terry, you really want him to block here, because if he doesn't block, that means he's basically got a deterministic win.
Right.
Blocking with another crack bauble to the bottom. Alright. Well, that's a full hand of playable cards. So that's a start.
That's it. All right, double pitch
Double
into
pitch.
entangle.
Yep. For 7, I believe.
No fuse, so it doesn't have to worry about the -2 effect. However, I mean, at the
This
point
is
to
good.
where he has to give up at least
At least 3,
cards.
yeah, at least 3 cards. And there's no way to retaliate for enough damage. Cliff can keep his whole hand next turn.
Yeah, I think I would block with everything except the lightning surge, and then just play
Yep,
it
try
because
to.
it's a 0 cost attack.
Yep, that is the
All you
start
can
of a
do.
comeback. Yep. Cliff showing that he has no cards here.
I also like what he's thinking. Block with the 2, go down to 1, and then you can play the 0 cost attack, and then arsenal 1.
Yep.
And because I mean, Cliff is just waiting for a dominate, so being on 1 and 2 is not really
Yep.
a
That's basically
deciding
the same
factor.
thing. Yep. Exactly.
Right.
Cliff drawing up here. Terry sending a lightning surge across. It's going to block with the strength of Sequoia. Looks like that lightning surge was either yellow or blue because he didn't take any damage there. No embodiments here. We have a double pitch. Fused glacial
That's the game.
footsteps. Yep, and that's game there. Good game.